Good Sunday morning, Tri-State. This is the Charlie Butler Show, Charlie Butler Real Estate Show, I'm supposed to say. I'm here with my co-host and the president of the Butler DeArmond Real Estate Network, which also is owner of the Charlie Butler team, which she's also president of. What do I do anyway?
You know, I don't know, Charlie. I've been thinking about it. I think you bug me.
Is that it? Okay, well, see, everybody's got to have a job, you know. So.
No, Charlie talks on the phone a whole lot.
Yeah.
He knows a lot of people.
I pretty well just create leads, is what I do. Candace is one of the, as far as I'm concerned, one of the top realtors in the Tri-State.
Well, thanks, Charlie. I learned from the best.
Well, thank you. Hope she's talking about me. But anyway, no, she's... Candace, what are you seeing out there as far as the market goes? I have actually, in the month of February, it was really, really busy for me. I had 3 different listings that had multiple offers on them. And, you know, it was the one I had listed, 2 of them. One was on a Thursday night, one was on a Friday. And that weekend was, the whole weekend. It was arranging, appointments and offers and then sending out multiple offer notifications. So it was crazy. Yeah, we're taping in the middle of the week on Wednesdays, and I know this airs on Sunday, but the start of this week you had one that had multiple showings. Yep, it had a lot. So, and that's how the other 2 were as well. It was hard to keep track, especially because people were calling sometimes and I'd be somewhere and I'd be like, oh, okay, I got to put that in my notes so that I have it. It was a lot. I think one of the differences with Candace, and I'm going to brag on her a little bit since I usually give her a hard time, and then I'll give her the hard time. But anyway, is that she just doesn't list your house and just put it in the MLS. She goes the extra mile. She stages your house if it needs it. She does. Basically, you do whatever it takes to get it ready.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's right. If your fans are dusty, I'm going to dust your ceiling fans.
And she's not lying. In fact, we've had to rent another office for Candace's showing material.
For the staging stuff.
Staging stuff. So, but no, it looks nice and it's presented well when you do that. So that really, really helps.
Yeah, I think it does. I think that especially on an empty house just feels so cold, and it makes it a little more homey. Even if you're just putting in, fresh, fluffy towels in the bathroom, it just makes a big difference. So
yeah, I wish we had a contact where we could get furniture.
Yeah, I do too. I haven't had any luck.
So. And this has been several years ago. Dave Herman, who's been on the show several times, who's one of the top investors ever in the area. But Dave, one time when I was representing him, he had a contact, and the guy for $500 would leave furniture in your house if it sold in one day, it's $500. Mm-hmm. If it took 6 months, $500.
Yeah.
So he left it in there. But I honestly don't know what happened to him.
Mm-hmm.
But there's probably too many times, there were too many long listings maybe back then. They didn't sell quite as fast, and the average back then was like 90 days.
Yeah.
And I know, Candace, we all experience this in real estate now, is used to, we said 90 days, and we used to advertise that we were the quickest on the market at 52 days.
Mm-hmm.
And now, Candace, what happens if the house doesn't sell in a week?
Oh, people start they're like, oh, what's the matter with my house? Do we have the wrong price on it? Or, what's going on? And sometimes it is that it's overpriced, and sometimes it's just not, or there is something wrong. But most of the time, that's not the case. Most of the time, it's just the market. We're just waiting on people to come in. So, that's.
And within, used to, as I always say, within if we sold it within 30 days,
Yeah.
We were rock stars.
Oh, yeah. People would go crazy about that if it was under 30 days. But they sold my house in less than a month.
Now, it took them a month to sell my house.
Yeah. My house has been on the market for 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's not bad.
Exactly. And we've got some investor clients, actually, they'll call and they'll say, do I just need to rent this? Can you sell it? It's only been 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
And, but we've got a special guest today. We've been trying to get on for a while. And Brandon Krohn Brandon, what is your exact title?
I am hey everyone, I'm the branch manager at Luminate Bank here in Evansville, the Evansville, Indiana branch.
Now, when you say Luminate Bank, I can't go in there and make a deposit, can I?
You can't come into our branch and make a deposit.
Okay.
But Luminate Bank is a depository federal agency. So we do facilitate some banking products as well as mortgages.
Okay, great. So for those that, Candace and I both got to know you and do business with you when it was Bank of England.
Correct. Yeah.
And you want to go over a little bit what the difference, why should people want to pick Luminate Bank?
Yeah, absolutely. So a little bit about our model is special compared to a lot of other mortgage lending institutions out there, especially in our market. You're either going to your credit union or bank that you bank with, or you're going to a broker or independent mortgage banker. And we are we're a hybrid of all those put together. So we are a federally regulated agency. We lend our own money, which offers its own advantages. And we also can offer all of the aggressive, more niche or portfolio type products as well for maybe people that are credit challenged, self-employed, manufactured homes, things like that you wouldn't expect your regular bank or credit union to offer. So an all-in-one, one-stop shop.
So I heard you say manufactured homes.
Correct.
You do those?
We do. Single and double wides. Absolutely. No problem. FHA, VA, conventional.
I can remember, it doesn't seem like that many years ago, that Linville Bank was the only place to get those done.
Yeah, that's changed quite a bit over the years. Most lending institutions will lend on manufactured homes these days. Maybe not the single wides, but yeah, it's not as off they're pretty common these days.
Well, the manufactured, I think, and the modulars, are so well built now.
Yeah,
and they're expensive.
They are. It used to be it used to be a big difference in bang for your buck square footage wise with manufactured. It's starting to that gap's starting to kind of decrease, I think, versus stick built. And to me, if there's no definite advantage, I'd rather have a stick built all day or modular over a manufactured. But they are very well built. I think that's probably the reason for the gap to be closer than it used to be.
Yeah, Reinbrecht Homes, which we represent also. What was the name of their modular company?
Champion.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And so they had that, and I talked to Kenny Reinbrecht one day, and I said, what's the difference? He said, I think we built a pretty good house. But he said, you put our house on a flatbed truck and run it 80 miles an hour down the road like you do modulars, it's not going to come out so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And but we sold their model. They'd had a model there for 5 years. And you may remember this, Tanya handled it for them up in Elberfeld.
Oh, I remember that now.
And if they had, when they moved it, if they hadn't sealed, Tanya and I pulled in the driveway and said, we're in the wrong place. We're looking for a modular. It's a 2-story modular. Mm-hmm. And I don't think I'd seen one before, a 2-story. And we sold that for $240,000 we had multiple offers.
Yeah. Yeah. And what a lot of people throw those terms around in conjunction with another, manufactured and modular, but they are very different. So your modular what you're speaking about with the Champion homes, once that's built, that's a stick-built home.
Yeah.
It's considered a stick-built home by everyone in the industry, financing, et cetera. Manufactureds come in two pieces. They have a frame with axles and wheels. That's a totally different type of structure than the modular. So
I didn't mean to get way off on modulars here.
Yeah,
but I know that's not a main product or one of the main things.
An existing modular I wouldn't even know about. It would just be treated like every other house.
Okay.
Manufactured is treated a little bit different, but we have those dialed in too. There's not much more that you have to deal with those.
So Brandon, Candace uses you guys all the time, and she strongly endorses you, I know, and several other people on our team do. And what do you think sets you apart from? And you know how many lenders are out there.
No, I think just the model alone gives us the platform for me to set the branch up to where we are priced competitively in our market. You know, we have some very competitive banks and credit unions in our market as far as rates and fees go. So we have that freedom to price competitively in our market. That's huge. So for you guys prefer the service that we provide, but you don't want to have any type of, you don't want to feel like you're giving something up, like you're getting the best service, but you also want your clients to still get the best deal. That's really what sets us apart. We're able to compete with anyone in the market and be very flexible with the products and pricing tailored to your clients in particular. That along with just the expansive amount of products we offer, I'm very confident that if we can't get it done, it's probably not something that can be done.
Well, and I'd like to interject here. Yeah. I have sent some people you guys' way, and they weren't ready at that point in time. And you guys did a great job of telling them, you need to do this, this, and this is your timeline, and we can get it done. Yeah. And the follow-up with those clients has been great, because sometimes they'll get off the phone and that's it. They don't say anything else. They're like, oh, well, I can't get it now. But I know that you guys will follow up and check in, and it really has helped a lot. Yeah,
I appreciate you saying that. And that's actually something that I overlook sometimes about the way we do business. But that's very much the case. We're going to stick with your clients. We're going to stick with the buyers until we get them to that point where they can buy. And so many times they're going to their local bank, credit union, mortgage company, and they can't do it right now, and that's it. The scary thing for us is how many of those people go there first, and then they're just completely out of the market.
Yeah.
There's no way to track that. Yeah. So that is, I'm glad you brought that up. We'll work with customers. We've got all the tools available to us to help us with credit repair, so we can analyze your credit report and financial situation and let you know exactly what needs to be done and a timeline and how to do it step by step to get you ready to buy.
Yeah, I have a lady right now actually that Jacob's been helping, and I think she's ready now. So
that's great.
He told her what she needed to do to get back on track, and she's, kept in contact and done what she needed to do.
That's great. Those are the best ones. And there's so many times to where we get to call you guys back 6-8 months down the road maybe and say, hey, you remember so and so? And you might have to look back in your notes to even remember who they are. And now they're ready to buy. They're ready for you to take them shopping. Those success stories are my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we also should pay some bills here, because I've got to pay Bobby's outrageous salary. Bobby Gates is our producer, and we don't let him talk because he's a Cub fan. So
Hey, if the preseason, if spring training is any indication of the season, We're looking good. We're 6-0.
Are you 6-0?
We're 6-0 in spring training.
You know what usually happens when you have good spring training.
We're gonna lose the first. We're gonna lose the first 30 games. Yeah.
Cardinals have done the same thing. You know, I'd get so excited about it. You know, and then it'd be a bad season.
Yeah, I try not to get too. I don't really try to watch too much preseason because it's no indication of what's going to happen.
I watched the Cardinals. You know, the Cardinals' #1 draft pick last year. They're already talking about, you know, he might make the majors here.
Yeah.
J.J. Weatherholt, he's an outfielder.
Okay.
And he hit a 3-run homer the other day, and that crack of the bat sounded like Pujols.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. That's what, and on the
let's hope that's the only thing that is like Pujols.
I know.
As a Cubs fan.
You know who else is hitting home runs in spring training, though, right? Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, I know. Well, you knew he would. You know, he got.
Of course.
Classic Cardinals lately.
Yeah. What do you mean classic Cardinals? Are you a Cardinal fan?
I am.
Okay, well, good.
You can tell that's the frustration of a fan.
Yeah.
I understand.
Your face turned red and everything.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about it.
They give up. They turn players away, and then they have their best year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen that on the north side of Chicago plenty of times too.
Yeah, I mean, Cardinal fans never talk about this, but the Lou Brock for Ernie Brodell trade was one of your bright moments. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And Brodell had been a 20-game winner, you know, a couple times, and blew out his arm as soon as he got to Chicago. And of course, back then, nothing they could do about it.
Yeah.
You know, but no, Brandon, I also am a big Cardinal fan. Yeah. But these two are both Cub fans.
Yep.
It's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
what?
It's been a tough time for you guys.
For both of us, yes. Since 2016. It's
right.
Yeah.
It's just
since 2011 for us. So yeah. And that's my claim to fame. I was there for Game 6.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Considered the greatest Game 6 ever.
Yeah.
And that was something.
I bet.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to pay some bills.
You were paying some bills, yeah.
We're paying some bills. Brought to you by Charlie Butler Real Estate Show, brought to you by Bossy Title. And if you want to know more about Bossy, let's see, not Phil, what's he?
Norm.
Gosh,
yep. Well, Phil is his brother.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Phil's his baby brother.
We can't talk about Phil too much because I think Norm's getting a little bit jealous.
Yeah. But Norm, I know, talking to Jeff the other day, I think you were here. I think he was on the show. But he's talking about their, redoing their social media now. Mm-hmm. I think Norm has his own Facebook page.
I think he has Instagram or something.
Or it's one of those.
He's got.
So you can look up, Norm from Bossy Title. He's one of them. He's probably, the guy that really runs things there. He sees pretty well every client that comes in.
Yes, he does.
No, but Norm is a French bulldog, by the way, and very, very friendly, and then he now has a little brother, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's Phil.
Yeah.
And both of them are very cute. So I'm going to be sure that I don't leave Norm out of the cuteness.
Yeah, because you're really thinking Phil is about how cute he is.
And Bossy has all of their staff is great. So we sometimes forget to mention them because Norm and Phil are so cute. But
the whole staff with, Claire Kincaid was on the other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And not the Claire Kincaid that was on Law and Order, But, I said that, when she was here, thinking it would be a joke, and everybody just looked, what are you talking about? Nobody remembered.
Do you know what he's talking about?
Nope.
It's a deep cut. It's an old reference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, don't you, Bobby?
I do. The early seasons of Law and Order.
Yeah.
One of the characters' names was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you can. I always have to put my glasses on here because, I've got.
You don't want to give
his mobile number too.
Yeah. Well, Bossy's number is 812-421-4000.
Oh,
I know. I've memorized that one.
Yeah. Can't get ours right.
I can't get ours right for anything.
Yeah.
But I've memorized that one.
So, and the Charlie Butler team's number is. We'll reach the team phone.
812-430-1708.
Yeah, you sound like the Empire Carpet guy. You said so. We need to have Gary LaVox sing you a jingle when you do that. But anyway, and for those that don't know, that hear our jingle, that is Gary LaVox from Rascal Flatts that's doing that. So I know a lot of people think it's me, but it's not. Singing.
But he will sing it.
He hasn't met any of those people that think it's him, but he's...
Oh, well, okay. But it's my rumor, Brandon and I can tell it the way I want to, you okay?
Yeah.
So, no, good folks at Bossy Title will take good care of you. It's Candace and I have been Kim, but they have an excellent staff, don't they?
Yes, they do. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, it's... one of the things about them that I like, we have good title companies there, but if there's a problem,
they will get to the bottom of it. They will
excellent.
work until it's done.
Yeah, I can speak to that as well. We use them all the time, and they do great. They do great work.
And they do. And Brandon, you probably see the same thing when there's a problem.
Yes.
Title
company, their service. Whenever the deal goes perfectly, any company's going to do a good job.
They all do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Being able to get over the hurdles is important.
Yeah. And Bossy has an in-house attorney. Susan's there all the time. That's her job. Yeah. And I know I'm going to leave people. I better not start naming people because I'll leave them out.
Don't start naming. There's too many. We'll leave somebody out.
Yeah. But there's great closers and there's great behind the scenes people there too. Mm-hmm. That take care of a lot of things that we don't see.
Right.
Yeah. So, Brandon, look at Brandon. He's got notes and everything.
I know he is so much more organized than what we are.
Yeah.
We just are off the cuff.
Yeah. I like that. Uh-huh. I like that.
So, Brandon. What are some of the products that make you stand out?
Yeah. So, everything under the sun, from your standard conventional to down payment assistance to construction, even portfolio products that we have in-house at the bank, such as, investment type products like cross collateralization, things that are very niche like that. So, basically, we have a product for whatever's needed. To be honest,
let me stop you just for a second there, because you said with me doing commercial, you and I have talked about this, before for some time. We've talked about it. And so is that something you guys get into now?
We do. I'm not doing that day to day, but we have a specialist at the bank on the bank side that I can go to with scenarios.
Good
on those. So absolutely.
We have to remember, even though your Illuminate Bank, and maybe you don't take but there is a real bank behind you.
Absolutely. So our headquarters is, I guess we should have started with this too. Yeah. Our headquarters is Minneapolis, is where the actual bank is. We've got a couple bank branches there. And then we've got mortgage branches across the country. Yeah. So we lend in all 50 states as well. That's part of being the federal charter. That's a nice perk for all of us. And so the DPA is something I've been seeing. Down payment assistance is something I've been seeing more and more lately. And we offer those at the local level and national level. So we have all Indiana housing, Kentucky housing, the state programs, as well as national programs and in-house proprietary down payment assistance programs that don't have income limits, any restrictions on first-time home buyers, things like that for those.
So things like that maybe aren't the last ones you mentioned, maybe aren't as common.
Right.
For those listening, you want to get into a little bit more detail. Or break it down where if I'm out there listening, the main thing I want to know is, okay, how do I qualify for this?
Sure. Basically, what that means is being able to have that expansive product mix. Is that if you are someone that needs the down payment assistance, we've got a product for you, regardless if you're a first-time home buyer, regardless of how much, if you may be a very high income earning, which may disqualify you from some of those products. We do have products available for you. So don't hesitate to call. If don't let down payment be something that keeps you from buying. We've got something for you.
I think so many people have seen with the no money down, have seen the Indiana Housing or the USDA where there are some restrictions.
Correct.
But you've got products, basically what you're saying, with less restrictions and still no money down.
100%. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Candace, you.
Well, I would like to talk more about that. I know we don't have time right now, but I'd like to know more about that.
Absolutely.
Later. So.
Sure.
Go ahead and ask a question, though.
Well, I also, how about the rate knockdown that you guys are doing?
Yeah, we have. I was going to get into that too. We have a new promotion. We have a promotion we're offering that we are funding as the lender, and it's a temporary rate knockdown. A part of the thing here recently in the past few years that's keeping people from buying are interest rates, and this is going to help lessen the blow. So for the first year, you will get a 1% less interest rate for the first 12 months that you're a homeowner, and that's at no cost to the buyer, no cost to the seller. That's 100% being funded by us.
Okay, that's great. And if interest rates go down within that year, they can refinance.
Absolutely,
to the lower rate.
They can refinance to a lower rate, and if that's the case, we're offering a $1,500 credit towards costs.
Okay.
And that's good too, because as you know, builders have used this for a while, but it comes out of their pocket though.
Sure.
Whenever they do sell a home.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just a little bit of it's the sprinkles on top of the cupcake. We offer, there's permanent rate buy downs like what you're speaking of that we can also facilitate in conjunction with the temporary knockdown to really get that rate down. But what this program is just your standard note rate, say it's 6.5% on your 30-year fixed loan. For that first year, you're going to have a 5.5% rate.
So just a question. I don't mean, I don't want to bring a competition up, but I guess they sort of are. And you're doing a JGO right now, Candace, with a client.
Yep.
How is JGO offering? Now they're saying they're offering this low rate. They're fixing it for the life of the loan.
Sure. Yeah. That's a totally different. This is a whole nother.
And I know they've got their own mortgage company.
Yeah. So they work with a mortgage company or a bank, and what they are doing is called a forward commitment, where the builder is purchasing, basically committing to a block of funds that they're going to facilitate, and they're basically buying down the money on a larger scale.
And I had someone who used to work for JGO that told me how much it costs them, and it was a lot.
Yeah,
to buy that much money down.
Yeah. So in turn, they're building it into the price of the homes,
right?
But that it is it's a great thing for the customer. You might be paying a little bit more for those homes, but you're getting in at a much lower rate than market.
But your program is also good for the seller.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking existing used homes. So this goes for way more of the population that's out there buying at market price. They're not having to buy at those inflated prices of a new home, buying at market price, and still able to get that lower rate for the first year, or we can do a permanent rate buy down in conjunction with it.
Brandon, not to interrupt you here, but
yeah,
Bobby is making us stay at 30 minutes here. He's not giving us more time. So, Brandon, how can I get a hold of you or someone in your office?
Yeah, the office number is 812-962-4222. You can reach me on my cell as well, 812-449-6786.
Candace, how can they reach you?
They can reach me on my cell phone at 812-455-6338, or they can call the team phone, and that's 812-430-1708.
She remembered it twice today, and Boss's number.
Yeah.
And Charlie Butler, if we can't sell your home, we'll buy it. We'll have you an offer within 48 hours. So call us about that. You can reach me on my cell, 812-499-7758. So and Brandon's going to be back next week. So for Candace DeArmond, Brandon Krohn, this is Charlie Butler. Have a great Sunday.
The following program is paid for by the Charlie Butler team. This program has been paid for by the Charlie Butler team. From the Kate Foppel Ford Studios, this is Newstalk 1280 WGBF.